Good evening and welcome to the Daily Wire. I'm your host, Bert Wonderbread. Today we'll be discussing why the prices of the ever-popular Toyota Tacoma are about to skyrocket. More on this story after these friendly messages. Damn mosquitoes. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the Tacomaholic channel. Hope you are having a fantastic weekend. So unfortunately, it looks like we are in or about to be in the age of the tariff wars, given the recent announcements by the Trump administration. So the purpose of this video, I'm going to read a few statements from Toyota that look like they are going to directly impact us as Tacoma owners or future Tacoma owners if you have not yet purchased your truck. So I'm going to read those statements, and this is going to be one of those videos where my comments are going to be pretty short and to the point. I really am curious to see what you guys think about all the stuff I'm getting ready to present to you, so please comment below on anything related to the topic. So to begin with, I am going to read statements directly from Toyota. I printed it out right from the article, which I will link to below so you can read the whole thing if you are so inclined. So these statements were made by Toyota Motor of North America on June 29th, 2018, so just a few days ago. And they're covering a few topics, the first of which is the importance of fair trade, which again, I'm directly reading this, I'm not paraphrasing or anything. They say, free and fair trade is the best way to create sustained growth for the auto industry, employment for opportunities for American workers, and provide more choice and greater value for American consumers. Erecting trade barriers like import tariffs will ultimately invite retaliation from other nations and undermine America's leadership, exports, and competitiveness overseas. Toyota stands ready to work with the administration to advance opportunities that remove such barriers, promote economic growth, and strengthen national security. The next statement covers the impact on the auto industry, and they say tariffs on imported parts will disrupt U.S.-based production on motor vehicles since it will deprive our U.S. manufacturing plants of key parts and components. Like most global automakers, including the Detroit-based companies, Toyota sources most key parts and components locally, e.g. engines and chassis, but also imports certain specialized parts and components. There is no vehicle in the United States, whether from Toyota, GM, Ford, FCA, Daimler, or Hyundai, that is sole sourced from exclusively U.S. parts and components. And the last one on consumer impact, which of course is probably what you're most interested in. A potential tariff on automobiles and parts would have a negative impact on all manufacturers, increasing the cost of imported vehicles as well as domestically produced vehicles that rely on imported parts. To give a Toyota example, the Camry is built in Kentucky and has been the best-selling car in America for 19 of the last 20 years, and one of the best American-made cars you can buy. But even the Camry has about 30% non-US content. This means the Camry would see a cost increase of $1,800 based on a price of $23,645. Ultimately, this cost will likely be passed along to consumers in the form of higher prices. Okay, so I am by far no expert in global business, anything political, all that stuff, but I do have a few questions I want to get y'all's opinions on. So again, please comment below on these things specifically or anything else related to tariffs in the auto industry. First question, pretty general. Are you concerned that price increases not only on vehicles like the Tacoma, but also on materials needed to make popular modifications, say like skid plates, bumpers, and suspension components, using raw material like aluminum and steel? So do you think those price increases are going to increase the price on everything across the board related to buying and modifying a Tacoma? Even if you're talking about companies that manufacture all their parts in the United States, if you see increases in, say, aluminum and steel overseas by whatever, 10-15%, then perhaps all the local manufacturers of aluminum and steel could say, well, if foreign competitors are increasing their prices by 10 or 15%, we can increase ours by 8% and still make a killing and still be very competitive. Are you concerned that that would happen? Second question I'd like to pose to you guys. Would price increases on the Tacoma in general, meaning buying the truck, prevent or delay your decision to buy a Tacoma? So say, if a brand new Tacoma off-roader sport is $35,000, I know there's always a price range you can negotiate, but if that was piled on by say another $2,000 to $4,000, would that prevent or delay you from buying a truck at this point in time? And lastly, sort of the only positive question for anyone who already owns a Tacoma, would the already amazing resale value of the Tacoma increase further? given that prices for new Tacomas are increasing and all the materials needed to build them or modify them. And another question I'll just sort of throw out, so if you are really in the market to buy a Tacoma like right now, today, this week, this month, are you going to go ahead and sort of jump on that faster, given that maybe if prices are going to increase, they'll increase slowly at first and then maybe more so down the road? So maybe in the month of July, the price of a Tacoma on average is going to be $1,000 higher versus August or September where it's $2,000 or $3,000 higher. Are you concerned about that? And if so, is that going to drive you to make your decision quicker, one way or the other? Okay everyone, that is it for this video. I am super excited to see everyone's comments down below, so please hit me with anything you got. Again, I'm not an expert, but I will comment where I can, where I think I know what I'm talking about with this, so if I don't reply, it means I have no idea. I'm curious to see what's going to happen in the future, because I already have my Tacoma, obviously, but you guys know I am actively looking for tons of high-dollar pieces to modify it with, like bumpers, you know, roof rack, all that stuff. So that certainly might affect my decision to maybe wait to see if the tariff wars are going to go away. I don't know if they're here to stay. Maybe this is just one of those political decisions by the administration that it sounded good at first, and once they get all the fallout, they might back off and cancel the whole thing. Who knows? Only time will tell. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. If this is your first time stopping by, please consider subscribing. If you love all things Tacoma related, help me grow the channel by sharing the video with your friends and family on social media. Give the video a thumbs up and hit that bell notification so you are notified every time I upload, which is at least twice a week. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you in the next video.